Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. No, we are live in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where I have a little help from my friends. Here we'll discuss the highs and lows of reselling and dive into great conversation. We are positive that you're going to hear something that's going to help you become a better reseller. I am your host, Ray, and I'm joined here by my co-host, Joe, with I Flip That.
Ooh. Hey, there you go. They can't hear you. Now we can't even hear you. Oh, now we can.
Now we can.
There's no music?
I hit the music.
I don't hear music.
It's too late now.
Oh. No music.
There we go. All right, and Brendan, Big Time Flips, is in the building.
This is already off to a disaster.
I'm botching the intros every time. And guys, today we have a very special guest. We have our very good friend TJ Loveladies in the building. Good to see you, TJ.
There we go, Thor.
I didn't have nothing to show for.
Did you make that? Did you make that, TJ?
I did not.
No?
No?
I never know what TJ makes and what he doesn't make.
I made this.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So if you guys don't know TJ Lovelady, he is like the most creative person that I've known that actually like puts, like, you know, I've known creative people that just have thoughts in their head, but they're never like are good executors. TJ, you're both. You execute and you're creative. How do you feel about that?
I can't put out crap, so I'm always like hyper focused on learning how to do something the best possible way. Like I don't want to half-ass. You know, I want it to be like
whole ass.
Right.
Full ass.
Yeah.
I'm full ass. A lot of
there you go. A lot of it. So TJ, for the people that may not know you, could you give us a little brief introduction on who TJ Lovelady is?
Yeah, so I am what I call a hyper entrepreneur. I like having multiple streams of income. Any kind of income I can get in, except mostly all kinds of income.
Okay.
And then I also have a full-time job.
There we go.
A nuclear worker.
Yeah. Which
That's
TJ, have you guys seen TJ's latest YouTube videos at all? No.
I just see his Instagram shorts and whatever,
which are freaking amazing. But TJ, right. I actually, I think I tried to call you after one of them, and I think it was on Do Not Disturb. So I was meant to call you again, and I just completely forgot. But you recently put one out about just like, not recently, but like in the past, like filing bankruptcy, and like you were like making like a ton of money, and then it just stopped. And then that's why the reason like you don't, like you can be a full-time entrepreneur, full-time content creator, but an eBay seller and whatever you want, but you have this full-time job, and people always ask you, why don't you just quit your full-time job? And that's the reason why you keep your full-time job, in your opinion, because it's like, I mean, do you tell the story, TJ? Because guys, it's super inspiring. It hit me in the feels, TJ. Like for real.
I better get tissue. I better get tissue here.
Well, it's real life. You know, I feel like I've had a very blessed life, and like even like on my worst days, I probably have it better than a lot of people, right? But it's just, you know, it's been a cascading of events. You know, like I lost my parents, pretty young. And my mom was always like the person that I could go to if I needed something, anything, you know, if I needed gas money, it was just whatever it was. My mom was always there, but she's not here anymore. So I feel like I'm by myself. Right. And I had this job, and I remember before she passed away, she told me, she said, don't get that job. Like it sounds like it's going to be stressful. You may not like it. And I said, Mom, I'm going to try it just because it's the most money I probably will ever make. And I'm going to try it out. And I went up there, and after I worked there for 3 years, I was making like $237,000 a year, which was like the most I've ever made in my entire life. I didn't even know I was spending money, and I didn't even have nothing to buy. Like I had everything, my TVs, I had a house, I had like 2 cars.
What was the job? What was the job?
So I was they made up. It was a made up position. First of all, let's go back to.
Hey, I wish someone make me a position for $200K.
It was a made up position. I was a craft superintendent. I was a field engineer, which I don't have an engineering degree, but some kind of way they made me a field engineer. And I was a test director. So we was bringing up the nuclear power plant that I work at now. I currently work there now, but it was the first nuclear plant that came online in the United States since like the 70s. It was the first one. And so they was pretty much like open pocketbook. You can work as many hours of overtime you wanted. I was getting paid $52 an hour, plus I was getting paid time and a half and double time and unlimited work. I could work 50 hours, a day. You can't work 50 hours a day, but if I could work 50 hours a day.
That's
but
how
I was
good
working
TJ was. He was working 50.
Yeah, right.
I was working 7 days a week. I think the longest stretch I did was for 7 months. 7 days a week. I worked every day, 14 hours a day.
You worked every day for 7 months?
It's actually easier to work 7 days and not have an off day, because you have an off day, you get lazy. But if you just keep working, it's just like you just go to work every day. It's just
it just is what it is.
So like that Friday and Saturday would just be like overtime.
It would be time and a half on Saturday and then double time on Sunday. So Sunday I was making like $104 an hour.
Wow. It's crazy.
And I did all that, and I worked, and then finally they came and my job assignment ended. You know, it was like, we're done with this project. You know, the plant was coming online, so they put me in. I was still working, but they put me back as an electrician, and my income went from $237,000 down to like $57,000, like in the next week.
Ooh.
Like, and it was hard to manage because I don't feel like I was spending a lot. I wasn't spending a lot of money. I was spending. If you made $200,000 a month, you have a pretty nice house. You have a nice car. You know, I didn't have like a bunch of stuff. That's just what I kind of accumulated. But it was hard to manage, you know, a $200,000 per year lifestyle on $50,000 a year. You know?
Yeah.
But it was
Plus, working all that. When would you have time to spend it anyways?
Yeah, right.
I didn't. That was the thing. That's why I had so much money, because I couldn't spend it.
What was the craziest thing you bought and you were like, oh man, why did I buy it? You know, like you were just like, man, this is so dumb. That you look back at it and you're like, why did I buy that? You know?
I honestly don't think that I bought anything. Okay, so probably buying the house was a good investment.
And this is the house you currently live in, right?
It's the house I currently. Well, no. I had a house before this. But I sold that house and then I bought this house. But it was all the same time frame.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought a car, and it was this Ford Expedition, like the highest one you can get, and it was like $68,000 I paid for this Expedition, and I should not have bought it because I cannot afford to pay. It's like $1,200 a month.
Oh my gosh.
For the payment, and plus I had my mortgage, which was actually very reasonable. I think it was. I think my mortgage back then was like maybe $1,300.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this was back, back
nothing.
2015, so rates was pretty low.
Mm.
And that was it. I furnished the house. I bought TVs for all the rooms and nice furniture, and I was going to redo my basement, and it was all this before I redid this basement. I redid this basement after I got my life together.
Did you know that the job was going to end eventually?
I knew that the project would end, but I thought that I was going to be hired on permanent, like at the end of the project, which I did eventually, but I didn't get. That was 2 years later. I didn't get hired on permanent for 2 years after the job ended. So I had to work as an electrician with no overtime. So I went from working like all this overtime to making half the pay and no overtime. And I did that for 2 years afterwards. So it just wasn't good planning. I should have thought about it and like, okay, I need to save all this money, which I was saving. I had savings. The savings lasted me for 2 years. But savings don't last you for so long when you're going into your savings every single month.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess in retrospect, you probably would have just purchased a car cash, find something and then just go from there and not have like that.
I would have bought
payment.
something that was more reasonable. Like I could have paid cash for. I literally at one point in time, I remember having like $75,000 in my checking account, like not in my savings, in my checking account. And I also had like $50,000 in my savings account because I bought this house and I put $50,000 down on this house.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was saving up to buy this house back then, and but me having that high monthly payment, I was looking at the monthly payment like it was easy back then, and back then I wasn't reselling, so I didn't have a side gig. I was just working. That was it.
Dang. So when did the side gig like come into play? Was it like the 2-year period after you got technically not laid off, but like the position dissipated?
Before I started working up there, so if we go back to like 2013, I was doing a side gig. I was manufacturing these watches that people always talk about it. But I made these watches. I went to a Chinese company. I designed them. I had different colors, and I was selling them on Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon.
Mhm.
And so I was shipping those to Amazon, and I was selling them on eBay. And I was making. It had got to the point where I had to stop when I started doing this, working all this overtime, because I would have to package up like 50 or 60 watches every day when I got off
Dang.
work. And so I stopped doing that because I was making so much money. I was like, I don't need, it was pennies to me at that time with the income. And so whenever I started back just on my normal job, I kind of got back into reselling again, but not at the scale of what I'm doing it right now. We really started this business when after our parents passed away, me and April just decided to like kind of jointly make a business kind of in their name. That's kind of where the pallet jacking came from.
Oh, so
Okay.
pallet jacking is like I don't know. That's not the correct term. A mod? No. Amaz? What is the word?
Homage.
Homage to your parents.
Well, yeah, me and April, we just decided to. We got like some money, we got like life insurance money and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to start something with it. I didn't want just to be like money we
Mhm.
had and you just go out and pay bills with it. I wanted to turn it into something, a legacy, whatever,
Yeah.
generational wealth, whatever you want to call it. And we want to start a business. And at first we was going to do real estate because April was a real estate broker back
Agent.
then, or agent
Oh,
back
nice.
then. And but we was going to buy some property and do some flipping. And then I saw a guy on YouTube. He's on Whatnot now. Random Frank P. Do you know Random Frank P?
Dude, random Frank P is the bane of my existence.
Ooh.
And
The
let me
P
tell you
coming out now.
why.
Drama.
Because listen, let me tell you why, TJ. Because every time I have a show scheduled on that Saturday, he randomly schedules one on the same time that I have one,
Oh Lord.
and he has like 500 people watching his Whatnot show, and the 10 people that I'm just like, struggling to sell stuff, and random Frank P is just like selling stuff that people just give him, and he's selling it, and I'm like, dang it, Frank P. And the crazy thing is that the irony of this is that I helped bring random Frank P on Whatnot. And then when I work, yeah, exactly. Because I worked that like short stint for like Whatnot for a little bit. And, they would always ask me, who do you want to like bring on the platform? That would think, and I was like, well, random Frank P is like one of the biggest electronic YouTubers in the space. That would be great. And so, whatever. Now he is the bane of my existence.
Well,
Next,
I will say he was the catalyst that started me and April doing pallets. He was
there
he
you
was
go.
he was the
Maybe-
one person that got us to start. So I was randomly looking on YouTube, and I didn't follow his channel or anything, and I saw he was buying these liquidation boxes, liquidation.com.
Mhm.
And he was unboxing them, and he was just showing the stuff in them. And I called April one day. I was like, April, we can do this. This is easy.
Yeah.
We got this money. So you can just go buy them. The boxes don't cost that much. We can just try it. And we did it. And we started buying pallets. That's how we started buying pallets, was from a Random Frank P video.
From liquidation.com?
From liquidation.com. Yep. We ordered the first one from liquidation.com. And then the second one we bought. So there's a long story about that too. But the second one we bought, we found a local place, not the place we go to now, but we found a local place that sells them. And the first pallet we got was a Walmart pallet, and it sucked. I mean, it was like returns, like toilet returns, like toilet seats, toilet seats and stuff like that. And fans.
Got the
Tower
stains on there. Shower fan?
Tower fans, like the big tall tower fans.
Oh.
Mhm.
And back then we was idiots, so we was trying to ship them in on eBay, and so we would sell a fan for like $14, but then the shipping would be like $47. We was like losing so much money.
That's crazy. Now you're just getting clothing pallets, clothing bundles, and shirts, and
We still get other stuff. I think the clothing kind of started on accident. We got a undelivered mail package. It was a pallet, and it had like, I don't know how many packages. It was 1 million packages, and it was all clothing. So in that, we had some clothes that we were going to bundle up, and I was like, hey, we got to figure out some kind of way to sell these clothes. And Gian Multiverse asked us if we want to be a part of a t-shirt battle. And I was like, t-shirts, that's how we can do it. And so we started buying, we got the first bale of t-shirts. We actually have bought 2 bales of t-shirts, and just by synergy, the same week, the place that I buy pallets from, they actually got a load of band tees in. So I was buying band tees. It just all kind of worked out where we had all these t-shirts all at one time.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Do
t-shirts
you
sell a
like
lot better.
selling t-shirts?
What's that?
Do you like selling t-shirts?
I do. I actually enjoy before the t-shirt battle. I enjoy buying graphic tees. I have 2 closets full of graphic tees. I love graphic tees. I love watching them.
That's all I wear is graphic t-shirts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, why would I not want to sell graphic tees?
All right.
So easy. And then, so this bale, what are you paying for the bale?
So they range from the cheapest I've seen one is like $500, and the most expensive one was like $1,100. And they have, it depends on what they are. If they're t-shirts, normally you get about 300 shirts, depending on how tight the bale is. And then you could also get other stuff. So you can get like Y2K clothing, or you can get jackets, or you can get jeans. They have a bunch of different bales that you can get. But t-shirts, you get the most bang for your buck, I feel, because t-shirts can be compact so much, so you can get a lot of them. So the last one I bought was $550, and it had about 300 shirts in it. So
dang,
what's the per price on that?
It was like $2, and I just rounded up $2.50 per shirt.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But when I bought the band tees, I bought those for I paid $450 for the whole pallet. It was 700 band tees in it.
Dang,
So,
wow,
that's a good one.
Per one. It was t-shirts and it was hoodies mixed in.
Is that band tees one that you just bought? Was that more of recent band tees or older ones from the 90s? I mean, what?
They're all recent. So where I bought them from, or the liquidation, I guess, program that they have is with Warner Entertainment. So it's just all the extra tees that they have from like concerts, like from 2021.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Which is good because what happens is people go to concerts and they buy these shirts, and sometimes they go out of they sell them out in like one city, and they'll still want them like because they went to the concert but they couldn't buy the shirt. Now I have them for sale.
Oh wow!
There you go.
Nice.
Brennan, you ever find any really good crazy band tees in the bins?
Yeah, from like not crazy, but like maybe like $50 a piece or something like that. But
that's
like,
really good though.
Man, when you got all the t-shirt bros in there, like 25 at a time, and like it ain't that serious. Like, because they want them just to wear them. Like they'll wear anything vintage. I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm not trying to get in that swarm of people to fight for one t-shirt. So
what does it take to be a t-shirt bro? Can Joe be a t-shirt bro?
I'm too old.
You're too old? I don't know, Joe.
I can't be a t-shirt bro.
What's that Steve Buscemi meme where he's like dresses up as like a kid, but he's like old?
The how do you do, fellow kids or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't even know the meme because you're too old.
No, I got like I got a couple of shirts, man, but like I'm not going out of my way. I'm not getting. I stay at the bins for 8 hours to find 3 shirts, so that's not happening.
Yeah.
Some of these shirts go for like crazy amounts of money. Like I'm watching that's
Joe right there.
Row, whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He's selling these shirts for I think it's Thrift Row.
On Whatnot, or
he's on Whatnot. He's on Whatnot. He's also on YouTube. And he goes to the bins, and they're all the thrift bros over there. They make these blogs where they're in the bins and they're pulling out all this stuff. And that's a sick, Grateful Dead, whatever it is. And they're selling these t-shirts on Whatnot for these crazy amounts of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like hundreds of dollars for a t-shirt that they just paid 25 cents for, or what? I don't know what it's about a pound. So,
dude, I want to be a t-shirt bro.
I don't think
Bro is doing a bail break tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Who?
Thrift Row.
Thrift Row is.
Thrift Row?
Yeah. I
want to do a bail break.
I know, right? That's Nicole and I have talked about that. It's like,
I think that would be the easiest because I mean, like pallets is cool, right? Like pallets is cool, which I get that. Which bales is cool too, and the only thing about bales is the sizing, right? So it's like you minimize the net that you cast. Not a lot of people you know, you got to be a certain size that you even want to buy that. Even if it's like a 6 shirt, and you're like, oh man, I'm a 2X.
Yeah.
I want to buy this shirt, but I can't buy it. At least with the pallet, you can purchase the items regardless. But the good thing about the t-shirts, it's a t-shirt. You know,
you're gonna find a buyer. You're gonna find a buyer for it.
Yeah, and I mean, the shipping is like, come on.
I paid, so I can send you the website. I think I sent you. Did I send you the website? I sent you the website.
No, send us the website. Hold on, let me. I got to take my dog out right quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, don't send it in the while we're on the thing, but
No.
Send us the website, but yes, don't send it, but send it. Yes,
they have like so they break them up into bundles. So like they'll have just a general t-shirt bundle. Sometimes, very rarely, they have band tee bundles. So these are going to be vintage band tees. And then they have Disney bundles. I was actually eyeballing the Disney bundle because, you know, people just love Disney for whatever reason.
Disney adults are insane.
I know it. I know.
Man, that's exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they'll buy it. But they have them. Normally, they'll have at least 3 or 4 bundles. And I think they have what they call a rag house. And people can go there locally and buy them, and so they just sell those online. They make up a couple of them and they'll put them online, but they always have them available, so you can always just message them and say, "Hey, can you get me a t-shirt bill? You know, 100 pounds," and they'll make you one.
100 pounds, $500.
Yeah. So how much does the bale weigh?
100 pounds.
I mean,
yeah, it's 100 pounds. 100. I think the one I got was 106 pounds.
Wow.
Just
so
pick it up.
Shipping on that as well.
You are. The shipping was, I think I paid $63 for shipping on the last one.
That's not bad for how much that weighs.
Yeah, it's not. They don't ship it on a pallet. They just ship just the bale, and it's compact. Like, I mean, they compact it down pretty. I could pick it up and put it in my truck. You know, it was 106 pounds, but it was like really compact.
Right.
That's like we had Angie Resellers on, like, was it 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
And she had the chance to buy 2 pallets, but it was like what she said, Target clothing, but it was 1,300 pieces of clothing. First, was it 600? Something like that.
Yeah, but it was Target.
Which that's such general clothing, though. Yeah.
But like, even if you find a pallet of Target clothing, but if it's graphic tees, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, but like if it's like, I don't even know what a cat. Yeah, you know, like you can't.
I think she said it was women's clothes too. So
people do not want to buy Target clothing for whatever reason. We've gotten multiple Target pallets. That's just from my personal experience. We've bought a bunch of Target pallets. And you don't get I've never gotten the good stuff. Like I walk into Target every day. I live like 30 seconds away from Target, and they have some of the best graphic t-shirts. I've never seen a graphic t-shirt in any of the Target pallets before.
Exactly. Exactly. So speaking of graphic t-shirts, TJ, so tell us about your new little t-shirt venture that you're like. Is this like is this just like a personal thing? Is it like a business thing? Like, I mean, because your boy needs some, you know, This Week in Reselling, like tie-dye, you know, shirts over here.
So it came from the t-shirt battle. Be Kind, she was making she had like a bunch of custom tees, and it was like hot. I was like, man, those are some good t-shirts.
Yeah.
And I messaged her afterwards. I was like, man, I wish I could buy some of these shirts. Or I said, or can you show me how to make the shirts? And so she sent me all the information on how to make the shirts. And I just started watching a bunch of these YouTube videos. And it's not, honestly, tie-dye is not that hard because it's hard to mess it up. You know, you scrunch the shirt together, you put some color on it, and then it's just gonna come out.
Give us a little. Yeah, look at this. Oh. So he made the shirt, but then what's the graphic?
Yeah, what is that?
That's Storm.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, from X-Men, yeah.
But like how you put now you're like putting the graphic on the shirt after you tie-dye it, right?
Yes. So I found a website that does what they call DTF printing. And so they'll print it on
direct to fabric.
Direct to fabric. And I actually I don't know if I have it in here still. It comes on like a big sheet, like a big gang sheet. So you can put as much as you want to on this 7-foot gang sheet, and then they'll ship it to you. And you can just cut them out, and then you press it on for 6 seconds. It's like the easiest thing ever.
So, TJ, do you have the big press thing?
I think the one I have is a 20 by 20. It's not like a huge one, but It's a medium size. So they got small, medium, and then large. So mine's like the medium size one.
The medium.
Mm-hmm.
And what made you? Did you already have it, or did you get it just for this?
I actually bought it because I was going to make our own merch back in the day, back when we first started doing YouTube. And then I made like 5 shirts, and I said, I'm not working in a sweatshop. It's like mass producing t-shirts is not very fun.
Nope.
But I mean, I'm sure it's lucrative.
It is. I see a lot of people making a lot of money. You could do if you had time. If you had time, you could do it. You know, if you had like a goal and you said, okay, because a lot of people, they'll do drops. They'll say, okay, I'm going to make 100 shirts. So, you know, I need to make this many shirts per day until the drop day. And then you just drop just 100 shirts. And then that's what you got. And then when it sells out, you know, you can pre-order some more. And then now you have your amount of how you need next time. But me, I'm working on so many different things that it's hard for me to focus on one thing. So I'll get to where I'll make like 7 and then I'm done.
DJ.
Just put them out. Just put them out as exclusive.
Yeah.
Only 7 made.
Yeah.
Or you can even do like I know there's a lot of like there's a couple of t-shirt Instagrams that I follow that make like all over print tees, and they'll do a drop, but the shirt's not even made, right? And so like all this money comes in, and then they go and make the shirt. So you can do the same thing, TJ. You can put like 10 spots each side, like 10 smalls, 5 smalls, 5 mediums, 5 larges, and then like everyone buys a spot. The first one to buy it, boom, 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 and then you just make 25 shirts.
Well, see, I thought about it. I still could. I have all the equipment to do it. I bought all this stuff. I've got like a huge, I don't have it back here now, but I got a huge like cutter that I can cut out like stickers. So I can make like 1,000 stickers and maybe 2 sheets because that's how big it is. I've never made one. I've made some stickers, but I've never cut one sticker on that machine. I've had it for 2 years.
TJ. See, this is the website where I get some of these shirts. I've gotten a Bane one that's super sick. I missed out on this one. Yeah. Which is this is the back.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
And
I know, right? And this is the one that they're, I guess, drop details, see? The Hobgoblin.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't know how they do those all over print. Those got to be screen printed.
Yeah, they're screen printed, but it's nice. I have this one, the Bane one. Yeah, but super dope.
I like.
But yeah, DJ, you just got so much going on, man. You're like a money making machine, bro.
I don't ever want to be in a position where I don't have like money coming in. I'm always working on another stream of income, and they drop off sometimes. So like I was doing Facebook and they never paid me. They still haven't paid me.
They never paid you.
No.
Still.
That's been like since the beginning of the year. They still haven't paid me. So since that income dropped off, I said I had to start a new stream of income. So now,
so they haven't paid you anything?
No, nothing. It's still in there. I can still see it. It shows how much I'm supposed to be paid, but
they never like give you like, all right, here's like $100, here's like $20.
Nothing. And then they had the nerve, they had the audacity the other day to invite me to this new program that they have, a new monetization program that they have. And I'm like, you haven't even paid me from the last time. Why would I join a new program?
Yeah, right.
You haven't even paid me last.
What's the program?
Maybe you join the program and complain about the other one.
Exactly.
And you.
It's all AI, so that's the problem. There's no like actual people working there. So like their customer service, you send them a message and it's the biggest circle that they give you, and then you come back right back to the beginning where you're mad. So the new program is so back before they had the it was called the bonus program, and you would get paid like a performance bonus for everything you posted. So text, video, pictures, anything you got paid. For people sharing it and all that kind of stuff. So now what they do is they pay you for ads being showed on your content, which I don't know how that works with pictures and stuff. I don't know how you show an ad. I don't know if it's just in the feed or how that works, but that's the new one. It's not a bonus program anymore. It's just content monetization. But
I need to get on that.
I know.
But speaking of people that are not paying people, TJ, our boy Joe got to go to a eBay throne. Like, what do you call it, Joe?
It was just like a eBay. I don't even know. I can't remember. Like just an eBay session, like a meet and greet kind of a thing where they just had
But eBay put it together.
Oh yeah, yep. We got an email, like a bunch of us, a few weeks ago, and then we talked about it on our Minnesota Reseller connection page that we have. And then some people are like, "Oh, I didn't get an invite." And I'm like, "Here, I'll send you an invite." So we're inviting people that eBay probably didn't want showing up. It did. So they had close to 200 people there, which was pretty crazy. And, you know, served us a little bit of food from this hotel that it was at. And then they did a little presentation talking about a few things, which I'm assuming if you watch the eBay Open, which they asked everybody, they're like, raise your hands if you did. Like, out of the 200, 3 people raised their hands for the eBay Open. They're like, oh.
Classic.
Yeah. And they're like, well, this is what you missed. And they were just talking about some of the things on the phone app that you can do now where one thing, now you can enhance your picture. Like before you'd have to go to a third party to like change a picture and put like, you know, the football you're going to sell on a football field in the background. Now you can just do that right on the app with the picture. And I had no idea. So as she's talking, I took a picture of a friend of ours.
You can do that now?
I have a listing right now because I took a picture of a friend of ours that was sitting by us, and she was holding a glass, and I just wiped out everything in the background, the carpet and a chair in front of her, and then I was able to pick a background. So there we go. Before it was like some cobblestone behind it, and then I switched it to the mountain thing. I'm like, all right, there we go. But you can do that. And I guess if you're working on the app, you know, listing in some issue, shake the phone and it goes to a tech support thing.
What?
Yeah.
I could use that so many times.
Yeah.
So many times.
Right.
And so say that again. Say that again. So you're working on.
I'm working. All right. I got my listing and it's not working. And all of a sudden it just popped up. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. Like I can, says report a technical problem, send feedback, shake your device to,
Maybe TJ needs to do it with his phone so he gets paid from Facebook.
Well, no, Facebook has the exact same thing. Shake it on Facebook. You go in there, you shake it, and I've done it literally every single day for like 2 months. I did.
Sitting there shaking the crap out of your phone.
Every time
we all need to shake.
I said I'm report.
Right, let's all shake and go pay TJ.
Yeah, for real, right now.
Look at this.
Crazy.
Let me see if you better see it. This is what they give me. Well, this is, you probably can't see it, but that's how much they owe me. $6,700.
$6,700.
ATS says next payout, October 25th. That day is come and gone. And every month they reset it. And then they give me this little thing. Your account is restricted from monetization, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
You made too much money, TJ.
That's the problem. I did.
And
dude, if I make that on Facebook, could you imagine making that much money just on making content on Facebook? That's crazy.
People I work with at Domino's, it was a boyfriend, girlfriend. They had like a whole bunch of different pages on Facebook. And it was just like putting out little sayings like, oh, love the one you're with, you know, and then like they would do it like every like hour. So they were like constantly putting out stuff.
Every hour?
Almost every hour. Every hour, every 2 hours. Like they would just find some weird saying and put whatever. Or like it would be like anxiety. So they'd be like, oh, whatever, and things. And then whatever their pages. They had like multiple pages. And I just started talking and they're like, oh yeah, we do this. And then I'm like, holy shit, you're doing that. And then they're like, I go, how? They're like, oh yeah, we're getting checks for like thousands of dollars every month. And then they're like, but we're scared to do they hadn't done taxes for like 2 years.
Oh Lord.
Oh snap.
Right. I'm like, you guys, you've got to. And then I'm like, okay, if you are doing this and you're driving to take a picture, mileage, all of this stuff, you bought
meals,
right? It's all right out, you know. So they were freaking out because they hadn't done taxes, and then they barely spent any of the money. They just kept saving it because they're like, we don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, go to a freaking accountant or a tax person. So they were making good money, and then also the same thing like with TJ. Now they're barely getting anything. Like all of the stuff that they were getting paid crazy amount of money for, because like people just share it, and I guess that's how it was working. I don't know. But
yeah, nobody knew.
And there's some big time people that do it or whatever, and now they're barely making anything.
And they'll send you a tax form now. They started that last year, so they'll send you whatever dollar they send you. You will get a tax form for it now.
I don't know. And now they broke up, and now it's like, chaos between the two of them and stuff like that. Where I'm like, good luck with that.
Yikes.
But like he has conspiracy ones on Instagram that's got like 150,000 followers, and he just posts like a little picture conspiracy thing, and just like,
those things get a lot of traction. Those computers,
but they don't pay. They don't pay on Instagram anymore, do they?
Yes, people get paid on Instagram and on Threads.
Dang, I know. I was getting paid for a minute, like for a hot minute, and I was putting out like 2 reels a day. And then they just stopped.
They stopped it. I was on the pay. I had 2 accounts. Both my accounts was monetized with reels, so I was posting all kind of reels.
Yeah, man, and I was getting good money too.
So they don't do it anymore.
So it's only for select creators.
Okay.
Are you in there, TJ?
I'm not. You are not selected.
I'm dead to Facebook now. I'm dead to Meta.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
We ain't messing with him no more.
So do you post on TikTok, TJ?
I do. That's my new thing. That's another source of income that I'm trying to bring into the fold. So I made my first $5 with TikTok last week.
Nice.
My first $5.
Got a minute or more, TJ.
You got to do a minute or more, and then I'm starting to do some TikTok shop videos too.
Oh snap! What are you selling?
So I got. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I got them.
TJ be selling. TJ over here reselling stuff.
I got a couple items that I'm waiting to get to do reviews for that.
Yeah.
Look at these
Crocs.
Look at these Crocs. Hold on.
Dude, those are dope. I want to sell Crocs on TikTok.
They do too. You can go buy them on TikTok for $12. And we go buy them from my video, so I can get my.
There you go.
Croc Talk.
Yeah, that's awesome. What was I was gonna say something.
I didn't know it has to be over a minute though, because usually when I do it, mine are like 25, 30 seconds.
My videos got to be over a minute.
If it for the creativity program, yes, it has to be over a minute. And the crazy part about it is, I feel like people aren't watching minute-long videos. So I got not my type of it, like my funny comedy videos. People aren't watching minute-long comedy videos, right? So I
got a storyline, TJ.
That's what I did. So this last one, I had 2 videos that went viral. One of them got like 250,000 views, and the other one got like 900,000 views. And it was the same exact video. I swear it was the same video. It was me sitting on the couch, and I was just kind of playing off of the fact that most of the time you find the show on TV, and then you start getting on your phone, and then you miss like half the show, and you have to rewind. So people like resonate with that, and every one of those went viral. So I said I got to make one that's a minute long, same concept, and I did it, and it didn't go viral, but it got more than any of my other minute long videos. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna start trying to do that more relatable type of videos.
Yeah.
Bro, you could do that with you can make a short with whatnot and put it on there over a minute. Easy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I need to get back on it. I've been slacking. I know that I'm gonna do a lot of whatnot. Like I get like that one video that I have that has like the most views I've ever got on a YouTube video. It's got a ton of comments. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put the comment up, and I'm just gonna talk about the comment and answer it on whatnot. When it's gonna be over a minute long, answer it on TikTok, and then put it on Instagram or whatever. But TJ, I was gonna ask you this. So YouTube was supposed to do over a minute long shorts, but I haven't gotten it yet.
I have not gotten it either.
Like it's been like slowly rolling out. It was supposed to be like October 13th or something, and it's just.
Well, I need it because that's why I don't post a lot of shorts, because most of the times when I post a short, it's over a minute long, or I got to cut out like the good parts, or I got to cut out some of it, to make it a minute long.
Yeah.
Sucks.
But yeah, Joe, so hear me out. You need to start doing TikToks over a minute long of just your pizza delivery stories.
Oh, yeah.
Because that...
While you're in the uniform, like in the car, like how you talk to us?
No. Don't be in the uniform because
you can't be in uniform, because Domino's is going to watch that and they're going to pull that stuff.
Yes.
They have people that just watch to see if you.
Yeah. Some girl got fired because she was in her uniform and told a story.
Or or they'll record in the store and be like, "Oh, watch this! I'm gonna spit on the pizza," and then they'll laugh and stuff, and then
spit on the pizza. I'm gonna poop on the pizza.
Whatever you want to do on the pizza. But yeah, we've heard they have actual people designed just to sit and watch stuff to try.
But
dang, how do I get that?
Stores do well because they got a storyline, and people want to watch. They'll get that minute of watch time by wanting to hear the end of the story.
Oh. Right.
Or you get thrift
all of my stories. So
you get thrift a shirt and a hat for another company you don't work for, and then wear that.
Right.
You can Joe's Pizza Shop.
You could.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Is that name taken on TikTok?
Joe's Pizza Shop.
It is now. They just took
it.
Right?
You could just put it on your.
Pay me a residual.
Yep, that's what I thought.
98%.
Yeah.
There we go. Wow, that's a great deal. I get 10%.
Who is that one? I don't even know if he still makes videos. He used to be like heavy, but it's a black guy, and it would just be like relationship, funny things. And he's like a comedian, and his videos would be like they would be so funny. But it would be like him pulling up in the driveway, and then like his ex-girlfriend's outside, and then like. Or something. I can't remember.
Funny Marco? It's probably not Funny Marco.
It's not Funny Marco. I know who Funny Marco. I want to say it's like Country Black or something like that, but I don't think that's
Wayne.
Country Wayne. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I met him a couple months ago. He came to Chattanooga.
Really?
Country Wayne, dude. He's amazing.
Did he
he's
set
funny.
up a meet and greet or something because he's that big? Or
no,
what?
it's okay. So my one of our friends worked for Delta. So she meets all of like the celebrities, and Country Wayne used to fly. I mean, he flies a lot, I guess, through their terminal, the terminal that she works in. And he was wanting to get this girl's number that worked there. Like, oh yeah, this girl that worked there. And so he was like, "Hey, I'm having a show in Chattanooga, and y'all can come to the show, and then you can come meet me." So the girl didn't want to have anything to do with him. So she was like, "Hey, here, y'all take these tickets and go."
Nice.
The show because y'all are in Chattanooga. So we went to the show, and we was about to leave, and he texted the girl, and he was like, "Hey, you can come backstage and meet us." And he let us come backstage to meet him. I didn't know who he was until I went to the show. I just went to it because it was free.
And the girl didn't go either, did she?
No. The girl.
But you still went backstage, and he's like, "You ain't the girl that I gave tickets for."
He knew the other girl, our mutual friend. She was there. She works at the airport too, so he knew her. So it was okay, but it wasn't the girl that he wanted to holler at.
All right,
gotcha.
Yeah.
But his videos are funny, and they're like kind of like story driven, or you know what I mean. Funny. So yeah, he's funny. I think he's funny. But you've never seen any of his stuff, TJ?
No, I didn't know him to the day.
Dude, he's funny. And then he's got like this he plays like different characters and stuff like that. It's funny.
He said he had a Netflix. Well, when we was at the show, he said
he's got a Netflix special.
Okay, yeah, it was right before it came out, or it was about to come out, or had just came out, or something.
Here's Joe. So if you know, his name's Dwayne. Not a lot of stuff on his Instagram, looks like, but yeah, look at that. Number one.
I mean, he's got probably some money, I would say, with the Netflix show there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's fun. He's a funny dude.
His comedy show is mostly story based. They're mostly just stories, but they're of course the deliverance of the stories is what's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So Joe, you need to do that with your pizza stories.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Joe's Pizza Shop is taken on TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah.
Make it Joe with the 3 instead of an E.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that hard for people to try and find though?
Yeah, you need to put like
it's gotta be easy. How about Pizza Joe?
Pizza Joe.
Pizza Joe.
Is that available?
I'll look right now.
Dude. And here's the thing, Joe. Whenever you pause or like finish your sentence, just change the angle of the phone. So it like breaks up. You know what I mean? So it's like not just like right here and telling the story every time.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit dynamic. And
well, I have thought of like 30 years of delivering pizzas, I got some stories. And I had thought of like, okay, what if you reenact the whole story using puppets?
Oh, snap. Puppets.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah, I mean, it would be funny, but yeah, I'm like, that's way too much work to do something.
That is a lot of work.
It is. It's a girl that seen. She does them with Barbies, but she'll do like iconic like reality show moments or something like that. Oh, she get hella views.
Dude, I'm hooked on. There's some guy doing he does the Fast and Furious scenes with the Legos, and then they got little Fast and Furious Legos. Oh man, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. So is Pizza Joe taken?
I mean, like, it depends how you spell it. There's like underscores and stuff like that. Like,
just regular Pizza Joe.
I don't see it, so maybe not.
Ooh. So another thing I thought of, I've been seeing these things where they do
yes, the animation.
I'm like, you could easily do that for pizza stuff and just have the person, walking to the door and just doing the story for it and stuff. I mean,
who's doing the animating? AI? Who's doing the animating?
I don't know. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different people that do these things talking about stupid work stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
I think those animations are very like simple. Like you can probably draw like 3 of them, or you can get like somebody on Fiverr to draw them.
The bodies don't even move; it's just the mouth is moving a little bit.
Yeah.
So. It's like those old Flash games on like Emom's World or something.
E-Bombs World. I haven't heard that name in years.
I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
Do you guys? Did you guys ever watch those Homestar Runner cartoons?
Homestar Runner.
Homestar Runner. Like Strong Bad Homestar Runner?
No.
Well, I know
the other thing is that you just said that Brandon was laughing about.
Well, Emom, Homestar Runner.
E-Bombs World was like a... How do you describe it, man? It was like a...
It's like a Flash website game. Look at this. Homestarrunner.com, Joe. You know about the Homestarrunner.com? Guys, people in the comments, please put down Homestarrunner.com if you know.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen HomestarRunner.com?
No.
Oh, man. Y'all are missing out. Well, they're still all there. Go back and watch all the Strong Bad's emails. And, yeah, HomestarRunner.com. So, bringing it back a little bit. Joe, so on the Marco, you've been asking us, what are some good questions to ask eBay? So what are some questions that you asked eBay on your thing?
You know what? I didn't ask eBay anything. They had 2 guys. They're like, if you got questions, one's gonna be over there, one's gonna be over there. And we just networked with other people.
Right.
And then I was talking to the one lady that helps set up the community eBay thing because we wanted to get our Facebook page out there and let people know when we do meetups and crap like that. So we were really talking to her and then a few other people that have tiny little chapters that nobody knows about. So we met a few of them and stuff like that. So we can maybe collab and do get-togethers and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't ask anybody any of that stuff. And like I think I was talking about it to somebody today, another reseller. I'm like, I sold something or I took their offer and then it just disappeared.
It's been doing that for months.
I'm waiting for payment. I know. And then finally, actually, the person just paid me before we started the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I had it where I accept the offer and nothing. Like the person's like, I see you accept the offer. Where is it? I'm like, I don't know. And eBay says we'll have them check their cart. But I've had people just not even able to pay, and then somebody swoops in and buys it anyways.
I've had somebody sent an offer accidentally twice, and I accepted both of them. I accepted the first one, and then I had 2 of them. And the offer came in twice. So I accepted the first one, and then like later on, I saw the second one. I accepted the second one, and I didn't recognize it was the same person. They messaged me. It was like, why did I buy this twice? I was like, I don't know. I just accepted the offer that was on there. In some kind of way, it double sent the offer to me because I had 2 of them.
Because you had 2 different.
You had 2.
Two
right.
thing.
Yeah.
So guys, TJ, thank you all so much for coming on. We do have to. TJ is a super busy guy. He's going to talk to Mike or Zuckerberg, see if we can get his money. So make sure. Yeah. So guys, thank you all so much for TJ. TJ, make sure to follow TJ. Everything he's got going on down in the description below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, guys. We want to get this podcast out to as many people as possible. And guys, stay tuned for This Week in Reselling After Dark.
We appreciate all 5 of you that watch.
Exactly. See y'all, and God bless.
Peace.